Hey guys, have you ever wanted to use a super easy audio recording software? Well, Anchor's for you. It's free. There are unlimited creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcasts or audios for videos, so you don't have to deal with a hassle from really complicated tools. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you from like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can definitely make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast too. You can download it from your mobile phone, free. It's the Anchor app, or you can go to anchor.fm on your computer and download it from there to get started. And now let's go back to the podcast.
Alright, hello everybody. We're back again with Unite the Podcast with Julian and Jaden and a special guest star of ours, Alyssa. Say hi, everybody.
Yo.
Heyo.
Hi.
Yeah, girl!
Yo.
First girl on our podcast, guys. What do you think about that?
Breaking ground.
Okay.
So,
First girl Brandon has talked to.
That's
Yeah.
not true. Other way around, buddy.
I feel very honored being a part of this.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
we
invite
got
my friend Cammy, but...
an interesting topic today. We got an interesting topic
Yeah, we
today.
do,
One that I've
actually.
been very looking forward to. Underrated movie.
Underrated movies, fellas. There's a lot of those out there.
Our absolute favorites of all okay, not our favorites of all time, but movies we feel are not getting enough attention, or at least they're not talked about nearly as
Yeah.
should be.
Like...
So,
I wouldn't say
let's
these...
start off.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say
Let's
these
say these are
movies
what?
changed my life, but like... Actually, no. Scratch that. The trilogy I'm going to mention in a few minutes did change my life. But the other one didn't.
Go for it then.
So,
That's the trilogy.
I really think... Everybody overlooks this trilogy, but it's the Blade trilogy starring Wesley Snipes. Those movies were like the first, like... I wouldn't say superhero movie, but the first black superhero from Marvel
It's a pretty
Comics.
groundbreaking, like, superhero franchise, to be honest. It was, like, the first, like, big-time R-rated, like, superhero movie.
yeah.
And Deadpool keeps stealing all the credit, but
Yeah.
it was actually
With the black lead. I'm just gonna lead with that.
yeah, I really do look back. Blade was, honest to God, like, one of the more important movies in comic history that a lot of people don't really give a lot of attention to. It was stylish. It had an awesome lead. It had a lot of good action, especially at a time when stuff like Batman and Robin happened.
Yeah, then you
So,
have this
like-
like grounded like vampire hunter killing a bunch of vampires and cussing. It's
With enough epic action to keep it interesting. It wasn't like angsty like Spawn was, but it was
yeah,
it
but
was
it
good.
it
you
was
know what I mean?
freaking. The first one was good. The second one, Blade 2, is my fucking favorite.
Yeah, Norman Reedus in it.
Yeah, Norman Reedus. Yeah, freaking Ron Perlman in there. But
Yeah, Ron
oh, the third one, dude. I fucking hate the third one.
Is it
Yeah,
Ryan
I was
Reynolds
gonna
in
say
that
the
one?
third
Ryan Reynolds is in that one.
iffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds has literally failed at being a superhero 3 times. He failed at being whoever he was in Blade. He failed at being Green Lantern. He failed at being Deadpool, and then he had to succeed at being Deadpool.
Yeah. And yeah, Blade 3 had a lot of problems
Was it?
behind the scenes. That's why it was really shit. But what were we gonna
Yeah,
It was
but
a
like,
lot of-
oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, wasn't that WWE wrestler Triple H in like the third one, or was it?
yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah, crap, you're right.
He was. He was the vampire that had like the 2 fangs. It was weird.
Yeah,
Dude,
I remember
Triple H.
watching scene. Like, I remember watching that scene, and I was just like, "Why? What the fuck does he got to do with all of this?" So I was like, "Why?"
I'm not
So,
gonna
like,
lie, I really feel like barely any wrestlers can make good movies. Like The Rock and Batista are the only 2 like wrestlers that
Okay.
can make good movies.
What about John,
And John
Cena?
Cena.
John
Yeah,
Cena.
John Cena.
Don't forget
But
John Cena.
John
he
Cena-
did Marine.
John
He did
Cena's, like,
Marine
hit or
and
miss.
most.
John Cena's like hit and miss. Like sometimes he's got good movies, other time it's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
like,
you got
he's kind
Fred.
of being casted as like novelty.
Yeah.
I would
Wait,
definitely say the first Marine was pretty alright. I'm not gonna lie, with John
The
Cena.
first Marine was good, and then they got Ted DiBiase to play the Marine,
Yeah.
and then they had The
I mean,
Miz, and then
I
The Miz
know.
kind of just took the franchise in a new
Wait. Back to Blade though.
Back to Blade. Guys.
Yeah, I think the third one was just like not completely it for me. So
Mm-mm.
I'd definitely say that it is very underrated, but the third one was probably just
Yeah. It really doesn't. There's not really an arc for Blade. Like Blade doesn't even talk throughout the movie because the fucking Wesley Snipes was so like terrified of the script. He's like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Like,
That's one way
don't
to
you
do
guys
it.
know? And when this in the endings when they had the CGI his eyes open because he refused to open them. You guys know that, right? I'm just like they spent a lot of money on this guy to open his eyes. That's
Wesley
so funny.
Snipes is the man, dude. He's like, you want to make a shitty ass movie? You're getting my look and nothing else.
Yeah, like even the villain. What was the villain? Like good concept. You know, it's Dracula. You know, first of the vampires, but it's portrayed by Dominic Purcell, and he wasn't really a threat. He was just a guy who screams a lot, and got his
I'll
ass
tell you
kicked to
what.
him. Like, ugh.
I'll tell you what. Like looking back at those movies, the new Blade movie has a lot of like it has shoes to fill, especially that it's going to be PG-13. Like that's really upsetting.
Yeah.
Because like it makes you wonder: is it actually going to be able to beat the original Blade? Because like original Blade, you had an awesome cast in Wesley Snipes. I'm still pissed off they didn't bring him back for the Blade remake because he's still fit as hell. He could totally still be Blade.
He can. He wants to be Blade again, but the Marvel's like, you know what?
Like,
We'll do Mahershala Ali.
What was he on? Expendables? I think that was the last movie that I really saw him on, and he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, Expendables 3.
I mean, he was in Coming 2. He was in Coming 2 as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Coming to America. I forgot.
Yeah, he's in the sequel, yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that, actually.
Yeah, it's alright, it's alright. Okay, so, Blade, pretty underrated movie. I agree. I think it's
everybody just
underrated.
go give it a watch. I mean, I watched it when I was like 5. Yeah. I was like
I
5 years
watched it
old
when I was like 10. I watched it when I was like 10, and I think that was like my awakening that I liked the darker superheroes a little bit. I mean, I was always a Batman fan, but like Blade was more like the underground.
I was more of a Superman kid growing up.
Yeah, because they actually showed that there's not always brightness to superheroes. That actually show like, hey, there's a fucking dark side of all this going on, you know?
Exactly.
Correct.
It had that dark world.
Yeah.
It had like the dark world of like Underworld,
Dark side.
but like the epic action of like all those '90s movies where they're throwing swords around, shooting each other. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
but guilty pleasures, but very underrated. That people should watch that more, and then they should be like, "Wow, they did it before. Why can't they do it again?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Exactly.
do it."
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
I
Next movie.
I got another one. Yeah, my last one, and then like y'all can just freaking go crazy.
Okay.
But it's also another comic book movie, but it's not one you guys think of. It's the movie Kick-Ass. Yeah, no joke.
Yeah,
it's,
Kick-Ass.
It's literally Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Starring Aaron Taylor Johnson, who fucking played Quicksilver in the MCU. And Evan Peters was in it too.
Yeah.
And he was also Quicksilver.
So you're telling me this is Quicksilver the movie?
Basically. Before the movie. Because this came out in like 2010. Wow, like 11 years ago.
I never saw Kick-Ass 2. Was Kick-Ass 2 good or
Kick-Ass 2 wasn't that good. Kick-Ass 2
It
wasn't
wasn't
that good.
good.
Like
Alrighty.
Like I understand why they didn't make a sequel to Kick-Ass 2, but the first one was really good. It's funny.
See,
Yeah.
It's rated R too, so like there's some.
It's always like
shit.
the middle, like it's always like the not big comic like stuff that surprises me, because like Marvel and DC they got their good products and everything, but you look at like some of the best comic movies or shows that are amazing. You got stuff like Hellboy, you got stuff like The Boys, you got stuff like Invincible, which is now or Indestructible, I think it is on Amazon.
Invincible.
The Tick, like
Tick. Ooh, yeah, you're about Tick.
You got a lot of good stuff, like that is not even on each side. Like Spawn, granted the movie sucked, but like I'm looking forward to the new Spawn movie. I think it's got Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner in it.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it really does show you that like the guys that aren't Marvel and DC, they have a lot of good stuff. It's just sad that the marketing isn't there to get them out there.
Yeah, it's not really mainstream, but hey, they're fucking good. Like
You got to be an underground digger to see these movies.
Yeah, gotta have taste.
Yeah.
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 Like, I think the first time I had watched Kick-Ass was when it came out, and like, let's just say I know a guy who like does the burnt movie disc where like they get like movies and put them on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how I was able to watch Kick-Ass with my family. And when I first saw it, I was like, like I was iffy about the beginning, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, this is actually a really fucking good movie. You know, I didn't at that time. My little mind didn't know what the fuck like it was, but it's actually really good. So
I don't remember the last. I
I'd
don't
say
remember
it's very
how I watched
underrated.
Kick-Ass. to be
I
honest.
never
don't
watched it
remember.
in theaters because my dad's like, we're not seeing that. But you let me watch Blade. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's always. I think it's because there's the familiarity that like they've seen Blade, so it's like I've seen Blade. I know it's cool. I'm showing it to my kid, but like when they haven't seen a movie and it's new, they're like, oh well, I don't know what's in this movie, so I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie is it's based off the comics, and the comics is a lot darker than the movie.
Is
Like-
it comic accurate at least?
It's somewhat comic accurate. The second one is not comic accurate. Only a few
Nice.
things, but like the first one, it's because they're getting on screen. They don't want to put all that really, really dark shit. I mean, the boys, like, sure, but like for a movie that kids might see, they didn't want to add a lot of like, oh shit. I mean, I think the worst thing they had in that movie was like this torture scene, but otherwise, yeah, like.
Why would they want to like think a
Yeah.
kid was gonna see? The movie's literally called Kick-Ass. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a wholesome movie that you're
Yeah.
gonna show your kid. That's like saying, let's go watch this movie called like Death Murder. Like, it's probably for our kids.
Death
Like,
Murder.
shut the hell up.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
most
It's
definitely.
directed by Matthew Vaughn too, and he did the Kingsman movies.
Really?
Yeah, he directed the movie.
Matthew Vaughn? Holy shit.
He didn't direct the second one,
Okay.
but he did the first one, and you could
Did he
see
do X-Men First Class?
he did do X-Men First Class. I think he
Yeah.
Dude,
did.
Matthew Vaughn's.
Yeah, but you could tell his style of like directing also helps the movie as well. Because if you've seen the Kingsman movies, they're pretty fucking.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Alright.
he does action pretty
Uh,
good. I'm just gonna say that.
Who wants to go next? There.
Ooh.
Go next, Alyssa.
I can go.
Alright, what do you got?
Okay, I have the movie Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale, right? Is it Kate
Yeah,
Beckinsale?
Kate
Or-
I think it's Game
Yeah.
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale, yeah.
Yeah, I think that one is very underrated because it is pretty good. And within the time that it did come out, the CGI was pretty good and the costumes were amazing. So was the acting. And let me just say, I think the best song on that entire soundtrack is when, what's her name? Kate Beckinsale dies. And it's called like Reunited. And I think that was probably the best song on the entire soundtrack for the entire movie. It was the best score.
I'll say
I think
this
that it's very
when
underrated though.
I'll say this when it comes down to Van Helsing. Personally, for me, it's a guilty pleasure. Like, I think it's fun to watch. Like,
Yeah, it's.
there's some novelty of the Hugh Jackman. Okay, it's just the fact that Hugh Jackman's kicking ass. Like, let's face it. Like, watching Hugh Jackman kick ass in any type of movie is just always a fun thing. Whether it's him as Wolverine or if he's in like Prisoners. Like, he's
yeah,
good
He's.
when he's kicking ass.
Yeah.
Even in Real Steel, he was amazing. Even in Chappie, he was good.
Yeah,
I
and he was the bad
personally
guy.
don't
I
think
fucking hated him, dude.
Yeah.
But and then of course Kate Beckinsale is pretty to look at and all that. And the guy, I think his sidekick, I forgot his fucking name. But
There's just something about like
Oh,
that, like that deeper, like lore and mythology of like the evil monsters and creatures that probably exist. More so Catholic lore than anything else.
Yeah. I would most definitely say the obviously the wolf that was there before the werewolf, the brother,
yeah.
Falcon, when he became a werewolf, he was pretty cool, but I want to say Hugh Jackman's werewolf when he becomes what he is was honestly the most badass werewolf I've ever seen.
Was that a precursor to did this movie happen before X-Men? Because I was gonna say if that's the case, that's a precursor. to
I
Wolverine.
don't know. I think it did happen before. Yeah, it came out in 2004.
If it happened, that's
No.
a precursor to Wolverine.
Yeah, 2004. So. Yeah.
The movie predicted
I think that
Wolverine
was-
happening.
And they
Yeah, I
also.
really think that movie was very underrated because I think the best costumes throughout the entire movie was the brides, especially Alira
Oh, the.
was the best costume,
Yeah.
the pink one.
Yeah, freaking what's it called? Frankenstein was also in the movie. Like
He was,
yeah,
yeah.
he was like the key to like
Frankenstein.
for the he was like the MacGuffin, I think. Like he showed up. I mean, he was a fun
Yeah,
character.
he was too.
Yeah.
They created Frankenstein in this storyline to give life to all of Dracula's babies that he was creating with his wives.
Wow, what a fucking slut.
Without Frankenstein, they would not be able to have kids. So it was kind of different. But I really think it's underrated. It's a good movie, and I recommend everybody should watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I've also watched it when I was a kid because my dad made me watch a lot of R-rated movies when I was a kid, and I'm fine. So, yeah, maybe.
You're not
What
fine.
else do you got on the underrated list?
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Ooh, Labyrinth.
Yeah, Labyrinth is a
Labyrinth.
very good movie.
David Bowie, my man.
I think,
David Bowie.
yeah, David Bowie was really good for that part. I'm not gonna lie. And I like how they based the movie off of like a play that she was doing, right? Or she was reading a play. And not the CGI, like all of the stuff that they did for the movie, like the special effects, especially the little monsters that they created in that movie was way ahead of its time, and it was pretty good with how they did, like within the time that the movie came out. And not a lot of people know about Labyrinth, and it kind of makes me sad because it's a really good movie in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Have you seen the dolls for like the animatronics they used for Pan's Labyrinth? Like they found them like years later after they'd been through all the damage.
My gosh, yes.
Holy shit! It is some scary stuff to look at. Like I'm actually
Dude,
being
it
serious.
was really creepy. It is actually scary to look at. They found
Yeah, I was
the
like,
main.
What the fuck?
They found the main guy that helped the sister, and they found that animatronic, and that shit was creepy as hell to look at. I'm not gonna lie. I saw it, and I was like, my childhood is ruined.
Look at that shit, and I was like, well, props to David Bowie for working with these damn things.
David Bowie. We love.
Yeah,
David
and I think
Bowie.
the
Alright.
music for that movie was pretty good too.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
it's David Bowie, man. Like everything he touched was gold.
Kind of like Prince and Michael Jackson.
Of course.
Yeah, they are responsible for the best Super Bowl shows, and it's like those are the top two Super Bowl shows, Prince and Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got anything else for the underrated movies?
Coraline.
Coraline.
Oh, that one's
I always thought
Coraline.
it was Caroline for some dumb reason. I was like,
That's a very good
Coraline.
movie.
it is a good movie.
Coraline is legit, like, probably the best animated movie to come out in, like, 2000. And that was like a year where they had a lot of animated movies
That's true. What,
that came out.
what year?
Yeah.
2009? Is that what
It
you
was
said?
2009,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
I
had a
think
lot
they
of
had,
shit.
I think, like, what else came out? I'm pretty sure Ratatouille came out.
Fantastic
that year, too.
Mr. Fox.
Yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
2009 was like
And
the
then
year of animated movies.
they
dude.
got-
Like, they came out.
They
hard.
got
Yeah.
9. How did
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
have
no,
my
no,
list.
no. That's 2010.
Coraline.
I have
was
my-
fucking amazing.
Yeah, I have my
Oh,
little
shit.
clay doll that I bought at Target of Coraline, and let me tell you, I love it. But I do keep it facing at the wall because,
Yeah,
we don't
creepy,
want none of
right?
that.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, like, actually revisiting that movie lately, I remember not too long ago, I watched it with a friend, and just being on, like, the opening screen was fucking terrifying enough. I was like, oh, God, and then we went through, like, the opening scene, you know, where it's, like, this claw hand, like, making the voodoo dolls, and the choir in the back, and it's all
Yes.
cloudy, and I was like, what is happening? Why?
Like,
Like,
thinking
obviously-
about it, I'm pretty sure kids who watched Coraline when they were young, as soon as it came out, are not afraid of, like, you know, horror movies. Because, like, a kid
Yeah.
watching a movie like that was something else. And I'll say that Tim Burton did his shit on that movie. He
That was
did
not Tim
really
Burton.
good with Coraline. Right? Was
I
it
don't
Tim
think it was
Burton?
It's Henry Selick.
And-
Henry Selick, yeah.
Yeah, Henry Selick.
Oh, Henry
It was
Selick.
very Tim
Why did I
Burton-esque,
think-
though. It could have fooled me. You're probably thinking of Nightmare Before Christmas.
I know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Um,
I was thinking of that.
See, the thing is,
No,
is, like,
I think
I can actually,
it's un-
I can confirm your theory is true because I watched that when I was young and impressionable, and I watch a bunch of horror movies as much as I can. So, that shit was fucking crazy, dude. Like, everything like from the storyline being so dark, like the fact that like she sews their eyeballs and then like eats the kids, like it's pretty gnarly stuff. Like this is stuff you don't get in
I
like
know.
kids.
Like, what I want to know is if the kids were even able to see shit once they sewed their eyeballs or anything like that. That's what I want to know. Is if they were
They
able to
weren't.
see
That's
anything.
I think the book explains it. I think the book said that like that's why she sewed their eyes and with buttons because they couldn't see when she was gonna eat them. So because of that, it was like now you're screwed. Took out the eyes, and she can just eat you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which-
that's honestly like smart in that way. Like, also
Mother
that
is
movie
fucking
had
creepy.
yes, and that movie had a lot of small details that nobody really noticed until now. Like one of them I saw was on the cake that she has on the first night that Coraline arrives there, is that it says welcome with like O's, like it's in cursive, and I heard that a double curved O is a lie. So
Yeah.
the word welcome had only one loop, and the word home had two loops, so it was a lie.
Yeah.
So they are welcome, but this is not home. And I found that pretty cool once I saw that, and I was like, I never noticed anything like that. And if you think about it, I think the entire thing is like based off of like a way that African witches were able to lure kids, I think, with the doll. Some type of voodoo magic I remember was like discussed about it on like how they created dolls and they would lure children and kill them. I think that's what it was based off of too.
I think
And
Neil
that's why I
Gaiman-
think like
Go on.
no, you go.
I think like Neil Gaiman said he took a lot of inspiration from different witches like in different cultures. Like he took inspiration from like the African witches, but he also took a lot of inspiration from the Salem like witches in like more like New England mythology about like, you know, witches that like lured children with dolls as well into like wells and stuff like that. Like there was a lot of like he pulled from a lot of different mythology. You know, Gaiman is an amazing author. That's why I love him so much. But
Yeah.
I think this isn't relating to the movie, kind of, but like in the book, there's one scene that still scares me to this day reading it. There's a part where like they didn't put this part in the movie, but like there's a part where Caroline's like hiding in a closet, like to like avoid the other mother, I think, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what she was hiding from, but she was hiding in a closet, and the book says that there's something in the closet with her, and that it's watching her, and she doesn't even know it. It doesn't even tell us what's in the closet or like what its intentions are. It just says, yeah, it's watching her. She's hiding, and there's something else in that closet, and it's watching her. To this day, I'm like, what the fuck was in the closet? It's so fucking scary to think. She's hiding, and right behind her is this creepy motherfucker just watching her. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh
Yeah.
god, it's creepy shit. Coraline legit was amazing movie. I'm not gonna lie.
And honestly, like,
As much as I do love that movie, I wouldn't mind if they did a live action remake just to see what this shit looks like in its realistic form. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
this shit would be fucking scary if it was real people.
The thing is, I would hope that they would choose a perfect cast for Coraline.
same.
That's what I hope. Other than all these TikTok people.
Yeah, they need to keep away from these TikTok people.
Like, I heard that there is a remake of She's All That with freaking Addison Rae.
Oh my god.
Addison-
No. That's a
And like,
good
I
movie.
figured this out after I watched the movie, and that's a really good movie. And I figured out that Addison Rae is going to be doing a remake of it. And like, you know, no complete offense, but leave all of the 90 movies alone and make your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop
Like-
To be honest, it's kind of strange that I was hearing whispers about fucking Pirates of the Caribbean remake, and I'm like, dude, I was alive when that movie came out. If I'm alive, you can't make the movie again.
The movie,
Like,
the, movie,
Really?
the movie came out in 1999. You weren't even born yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I feel like there should be a buffer zone on that as well. Like, I say if it's like 5 years before I was born, like, it's not ready for a remake. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think they should stir away with like having all these TikTokers become like, you know, actor. Like, who was it? Dixie Emilio like made a little cameo on like this TV show, and I'm sorry, but her acting was really bad. Like
all they do
really
is
bad.
just they just dance to freaking songs. That's all they do. That's not acting.
It's
That's
all
just
a
dancing.
corporate thing. They're trying to get like people that the young audiences know and put them into movies. I miss the days back when our celebrities were like
my
actually celebrities, like when
God.
like Jack Black, would appear in
Yes.
everything,
Yeah.
and we had like actual actors and actual people showing up and stuff. Like
What the?
nowadays, it's just if you dance on TikTok, get ready to be in a movie.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like if they were to ever make a live remake of Coraline, I would want a perfect cast for it.
Yeah.
You need a
'Cause-
real Actually, to be honest, they probably could get the girl who voice acted Coraline to play her. Granted, she's
Dakota
like
Fanning?
almost she's almost like 30, but she has a really young look to her.
Yeah, she
you know
does.
what I mean?
Her and her
Like,
sister do.
She looks.
She does.
Yeah,
Like, look at Coraline right here. Like, come on.
exactly.
I mean,
Let's be
not-
honest.
Yeah, it's not that. Just have the hair. I mean, the head can't be like, oh, of course, but
Well, yeah, you can't. You don't want to like make a mix of like cartoon and human. Like,
Yeah,
that's when
you
you get
just
like
wanna
thing one
try
and
and
thing
make it
two,
human.
cat in a hat.
Like, I think that one actress, Sarah Paulson, would probably do good with the other mother, or
Yeah.
no, never mind.
I
Or
think she-
even like somebody with that skinny look when she becomes like the real self of her, like her real person, like in the other world. I think like somebody that would have the kind of look of Courtney Cox, but like not her, but like would have that type of look, But Sarah
Skinny
Paulson
wise.
would be pretty good for that.
I think it's someone who could do that role pretty good, even though she's kind of overcasted nowadays. I'm just saying, I think Scarlett Johansson
Yeah.
is probably cool.
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
she can.
Yeah, she can.
It'd be kind of cool to see her go crazy in this spider form. You know what I mean? Like that spider shit at the end of the movie. Holy God, that was scary.
I think Catherine
I'd be
Hahn
like, damn,
would
bro,
be
you
good.
really became Black
Catherine
Widow.
Hahn?
Huh?
Catherine Hahn.
Catherine
yeah,
Catherine.
Yeah, she gives you those vibes, man. Those weird vibes. God,
All right.
Yeah, I think that,
Coraline.
those are my
extremely
movies.
underrated. Definitely watch it.
Julian, you should go next, dude.
yes.
You've just been staring at us.
Do you
Okay.
want me to go next, or do you want to go next?
You
I'll
can
go
stop
next.
quiet.
He's just like,
Ready?
oh my god.
I guess a movie I could start with is Whiplash.
Oh
From
yeah,
2014.
Whiplash.
Not quite
It was
tempo.
like
Tempo.
one of my favorite movies
Dude,
of all
that's
time.
such a good fucking movie. Not my
That's the
fucking
right
tempo. Oh my god.
I'll watch that when I'm like having a bad day, and I'm like, well, I can't be as bad as this guy,
Yeah.
Yeah, J.K.
Um,
Simmons is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
dude.
that's
Like,
my
He's
second
very
favorite
good.
role that I like him in. Of course, the first one is
obviously
J.
number one.
Jameson.
Yeah.
It's JJ.
I
Yeah.
know.
This
Commissioner
one,
Gordon.
he's fucking amazing, dude. He reminds me so much of my dad. Maybe that's why I like it so much. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So Whiplash is pretty good. I don't know if this is really underrated, but Baby Driver, very.
I was
very
gonna say
good.
Baby Driver.
It was
but
when it
I-
came out. It was like so overrated, but like years
It
after,
was
nobody talked
I don't know,
about
it kind of fell under the rug,
Yeah.
basically.
I'll
I
say
mean, I
this,
feel like it was underrated when it came out.
I feel like the reason why it's getting swept under the rug, I hate to say it,
It's Ansel
Because-
Elgort.
Oh shit! Everybody froze. Uh oh. Oh well, oops! I fucking lost internet there for a second. So whatever Julian was
we
saying.
now
like-
return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah,
Julian.
what
What were
he
your
said.
underrated movies?
No, he was talking about Baby Driver. So
I still can't hear him,
Baby
but
Driver.
oh my
yeah,
God.
Baby Driver.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
Whatever.
Julian, I would say you try to exit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exit and come back.
Technical difficulties, everybody.
I
I hate this. What's been
Okay,
going on?
There we go.
Are you hearing me?
Technology.
All right.
Hey,
sick.
Julian, it was your fault.
There he is. Okay, so Baby Driver.
sick.
Yes.
Okay.
Amazing driving scenes. Soundtrack that is not popular enough to be Guardians, but not unknown enough to be Tarantino, despite them both using Hooked on a Feeling.
Hmm.
Damn good acting on John Hamm's part, by the way. John Hamm was fucking cool in that movie.
Yeah.
John Hamm. should play a superhero.
Damn.
Or a
Batman.
supervillain.
Batman.
No, we already got
Tom-
fucking Robert Pattinson.
Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne, at least.
Nah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is the perfect pick for Thomas Wayne if they
For
ever
a
do
Snyder
the Flashpoint.
I wonder why he's the perfect pick. It's not like he played him
Yeah.
in the other movie. Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's perfect.
I think my favorite scene on Baby Driver is when they not like switched the cars, but you know when the helicopter was chasing them and they went for the different red car because he like went under the bridge.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys remember
Yeah, I
that?
remember that.
Yeah.
I think that was
Yeah.
like a last part.
I think probably the best scene for me, mostly because it just came out of nowhere, was when Jamie Foxx just got impaled. That shit was fucking nuts.
That was funny. He's like, freaking drop the car right now.
He just,
And then,
it's so
no.
intense, it's all crazy, and then he just goes and BAM! He's dead, and I'm like, oh my god!
Yo,
He took him out.
you know he dead. But
I'll tell you
Ooh,
what,
you know he did.
I didn't see that movie like 2 years after it came out. When did it come out? In 2017?
it was, I think, that might have been 2017. I want to say 2015, though, because I think Edgar... Edgar
2017.
It was
Team.
definitely 2015.
Okay.
Oh, so
it was 17.
2 years.
It was
Yeah.
17.
Two
2 years after
freaking-
Ant-Man. 2 years after Ant-Man hit, and Edgar Wright got his revenge.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, they made the one problem with the movie. They had a sinful misuse of John Bernthal in that movie.
They did.
I really wish John Bernthal did a lot more in that movie. I heard that apparently they want to put him in the sequel.
There is
So-
going to be a sequel, huh?
Yeah,
I think he's
but I don't know
dead.
what you're gonna do now.
John
He
Bernthal?
might-
Remember he said,
Yeah, because he
said,
said if you don't see me again, I'm
if you don't
probably
see
dead.
me again, I'm probably dead. We never
But that's
saw him
the thing.
again.
No, but
he
he's
said,
probably lying.
If you don't see me again. If you don't see me again. So who knows? We might see him again. If we don't see him in the second one, he's definitely dead. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
I mean, like, he
And
didn't
then-
say, like, a certain time you won't see him. So, like,
Yeah, he
think
didn't
about
say,
it.
like, if you don't see me in the near future. He just said, oh, if you just don't see me in general, like, I'm probably dead.
It's kind of like how that one guy said, it's not premarital sex if you don't get married. Like, it's kind of like that. You know what I mean?
I'll say this. I am a bit worried for the future of that movie, though, for Baby Driver 2, because, you know, well, they got rid of Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey's dead in that
Yeah,
movie,
he
so I
got
don't have to worry about
killed.
bringing him.
Yeah.
But they also don't. But then there's also Elgort, who's the main character. So you're either gonna have to recast, forgive, or just not make the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, damn.
And then
Or it could be just set in that
I would
universe.
say from
Oh, I
yeah,
feel so
It could
bad.
be a
Okay,
spin-off
Julian, what's your
starring
next?
John Bernthal. It could be a spin-off starring John Bernthal. There you go.
Oh, John Bernthal.
damn, I lost it.
I know.
Got
I
into
was
that
thinking a lot of
conversation. Okay.
ideas.
Got it.
Everybody
Okay.
froze there for a second.
My favorite movie of all time is Karate Kid. Everyone knows that one.
Yes.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the sequel, Karate Kid Part 2, slept on like there's no tomorrow.
It is.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
kind of.
It is. It really is.
Everyone talks about
It
that
actually,
one.
yeah. That one, I feel like it's like the two sequels of the past that I feel are super underrated. It's that one and Rush Hour 2. But like,
Yeah.
I hate
absolutely-
Karate Kid 3.
Shit, I would.
Okay,
Karate
Karate Kid
Kid
3 is
3.
bad. We all know Karate Kid 3 is
And the one with
I
the
will
girl.
say this though, it is interesting that Cobra Kai has actually kind of justified Karate Kid 3's existence, but it does make me
Yeah.
wonder if they're gonna justify the next Karate Kid's existence.
Oh, with
You
the
know what I
chick. Everyone's been saying, "Well, what's her
Yeah.
name?"
I don't remember.
I
I
forgot.
heard she's
Supposedly-
actually a big
No,
actress.
the actress name. What is her name?
She's like actually
Hillary
a decent actress.
Swank.
Hillary Swank.
Yeah, Hillary Swank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
Which one?
her and Daniel met probably at Miyagi's funeral, I guess. I don't know.
I see
Oh.
Yeah.
The real question.
Those are
is
my
this.
movies.
The real question is this: are they going to justify the Jaden Smith remake?
No, that's definitely not set in that universe. It's something
Is
else.
that an
entirely.
alternate
That's
universe?
something
I
else.
don't know,
entirely.
man.
They're in China, dude.
Yeah.
They're not in
It'd be
America.
kind of cool if Jackie Chan showed up. I'm just saying, if Jackie Chan at least has a cameo, I'll be like, okay.
Well,
whatever.
well,
I don't think
No, his name is Mr.
The
Han.
remake isn't-
No.
the remake obviously isn't as good as the original, but Jackie Chan's a badass.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Jackie Chan is badass, but no.
I just kind of want to see Jackie Chan just
The
walk by.
remakes.
Like, what the hell?
I'll say this: the remake is not perfect, but it's not bad.
It's not
It's not
horrible. It could have been a
horrible.
lot worse.
I mean, I
It could've been a
enjoyed it.
lot
Yeah.
I
worse.
just think, in terms of the story, the kids were really young.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they're like
They're
like
elementary
10,
kids.
11.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, like
I'm hitting
they're
on
not
this-
like really mature.
Yeah, I'm hitting
for,
on
like,
this
that
chick.
type
I
of
wanna,
story.
I wanna date this chick, and I'm like,
They
dude,
had
10.
Justin Bieber singing the main song for that. What the hell was that?
Bro, that was 2010, bro. 2010.
I personally don't like Justin Bieber in general, so like when I saw that, I was like, okay, so the movies really doesn't want me to give it a 10, huh?
Nah, that's not underrated.
Okay, so those are your movies, huh, Julian?
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Oh,
time for my movie.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I had one, but let
So-
Jaden explain his.
You have one? Well, go
I
ahead.
keep
then. Go for it.
forgetting mine.
You
I don't know. I think we should go through all of our movies and then
Go.
do the extra ones that we can
Yeah,
think of.
yeah. So go,
Okay,
Jaden.
okay. Okay, so an underrated movie I think is Constantine, the one starring Keanu Reeves. Now, this movie's not perfect
Yes.
by any means. Like, there are some definitely like some dated CGI and some weird stuff in it.
Yeah, of
But I
course.
feel like, and maybe this is just the retroactive effect of the fact that, I hate to say it, a lot of Marvel's movies feel very similar nowadays. You don't get like a unique feel, to be honest, in a lot of these things. I look at Constantine, and I'll say it's different, and I kind of like that. It's a very different movie. It's got like, well, for starters, it's got Keanu Reeves in it. Granted, not his best performance, but I feel like he did a decent job at portraying an American Constantine. He's not a comic accurate Constantine by any means. Like, this is nothing like what Constantine acts like. But I feel like if Constantine was American, he probably would be a lot like. Then there's the fact that it had a really cool portrayal of hell, in my opinion. Like, hell is not like this epic nightclub of like, you know, rave music and oh no, these two sexy vampires are gonna come up out of nowhere and fuck you like forever. Like, no, it's not like that. Like, I better be a good person at that point. Like, no, it's like, dude, this place looks like a nuke dropped and no one survived. Like, it looks cool. It's like this wasteland desert in New York. It's good shit. Like, I like that hell was portrayed in a much more unique light than it usually is, because again, it's usually like either
It's
got
like
like
Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Like,
the
you
best
know-
part about that is how he enters into it when he's staring at the cat. Like how he literally just
Yeah.
holds on to it and it's just like, hey, yo, let me fucking come in, you know? Like, you don't usually see people be like, hey, you enter hell by dying. Like, no, this one's like, let me just stare into this cat's eyes and, like, I'll be gone and I'll be back. Like, I think that was pretty cool how they portrayed that, too. Kobe.
That movie is just built different, dude. It's built... Yeah. I didn't freeze again, did I?
Oh, did we lose Jaden?
Oh, Jaden.
No, we lost Jaden.
Yeah, I was like, oh, did I freeze again? No, he's back now. He's back. It'd be like, what is going up with our stuff today, dude? It's like,
I'm back.
Watch, I give it like another
It's going
5
bad.
minutes
Sorry about
and
that.
I'll freeze. I swear, it's like gonna be
Y'all
another
freeze,
5
so I
minutes
was
and then
like,
I'm gonna freeze.
yeet. Alrighty. You can still hear me, right?
yep.
Yes.
So yeah, I like that. I also felt like the portrayal of Lucifer by Peter Stormare was really good. Mostly just because I feel like it's such a departure from what modern society knows as Lucifer now, thanks to the Lucifer show, where he's like this, you know,
Yep.
boy, like strong, you know, muscular looking dude. Whereas like in Constantine, he's like a creep. He's creepy. He hisses at you and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is actually kind of good, to be honest. Like, it's unique stuff. Constantine is a unique movie. I feel like it should be revisited. I am actually pretty happy that they're making a sequel.
They
Now that I look
are,
at it.
aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I remember,
Yeah.
like, I saw the sequel was being made, and I was like, don't we hate this movie? Like, what the fuck is going on? So then, watch the movie. It's actually not that good. No, it's actually not that bad. It's actually pretty good. And I'm like, holy shit, okay, maybe the movie's, like, shit. I will say, another thing, it's also changed my perspective on, because here's, like, I'm a comic purist. I like when they look and act just like the character from the comics.
Mhm.
But I will say Keanu Reeves has kind of changed my mind. He's kind of made me go, if they have a different take, maybe it's actually not as bad. That's like, so I guess now when I hear casting decisions, I'm not going to get too pissed when I hear, like, casting decisions aren't too accurate anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it works,
yeah,
sometimes it don't.
Constantine, good movie. I definitely say go check it out. Especially if you're Keanu Reeves. So another underrated movie. I feel like it's also an underrated franchise. Third one. This is my version of Gaines' movie. Cloverfield. Cloverfield is, in my opinion, extremely underrated. The first movie, granted, I understand the shaky cam isn't people's thing.
Yeah, the found footage stuff. Yeah, because people want to see the shit, but like.
I will say, like, found footage stuff, like movies like Chronicle, also extremely underrated. Too, by the way.
Chronicle is.
Like, has a really good, like, found footage style. It's not too shaky, but it's also not too, like, clean to where it looks like you're watching a normal movie. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But you watch, like, Cloverfield, I will say that's my biggest problem with it. The fact that, like, it shakes around so much is a point where I'm like, what the hell am I even looking at right now? So I understand why people may not like the camera on that one. But Cloverfield in general...
Yeah. It's great. Even the lore behind it, like, I've been watching videos on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's some, like, interesting fucking shit. Like,
it's deep shit.
It's
like,
some deep shit that
good.
You would have to, like, try your best to fucking go into.
The monster's pretty goddamn scary, too. The deaths in the movie, too, are scary as shit. When you get bit and then, like, blood just starts pouring out of your eyes and boom, you blow up. It's creepy shit.
Blew the fuck up. And, oh, my God. And then you get fucking...
Ends on a grim note, and, like, not only that, but, like, the portrayal of, like, when the camera's getting eaten and everything, like, that was pretty grim. I'm like, oh, God, dude, it just feels a bit too realistic at times.
Was that movie
Which is fucking up. I think it was rated R. It was directed by Matt Reeves. Who's doing the new Batman movie. Yeah. So definitely Cloverfield 1. 10 Cloverfield Lane is also pretty good, too. Especially when you consider, like, how much of a departure it is from the original Cloverfield movie.
Yeah, a lot of
people... Because the original Cloverfield...
A lot of people were like, where's the monster? Because Cloverfield, everyone just assumed. And then the Cloverfield paradox, like, where's the monster? Oh, there's the monster. Wait, man, he's really big!
In my opinion, is... Yeah. Cloverfield Paradox, in my opinion, is the lower, like, it's the worst one out of all of them, which is sad because it's the most important movie to the franchise, considering it ties the movies together.
Yeah, it was really funny how they they announced it during the Super Bowl, and it's like, yeah, it's out right now. And I'm like, what? So then I watched it before I went to sleep.
That's like straight up crazy. I will say, Cloverfield's always had a really good marketing like strategy. Like I remember, like I think like the original Cloverfield, like wasn't it like kept under wraps for a while, then it released, and then it was like, oh yeah, it's coming out like next week, by the way.
Yeah.
And then the 10 Cloverfield Lane, I remember when that trailer dropped, it said like coming out in March, and it was February or something when that hit, and I was like, wait, what? It's like next month.
Yeah.
And then after that, Cloverfield Paradox, I will say, I'll give them credit on that marketing, where they were like, hey, it comes out like right after the Super Bowl, by the way.
No, it
on Netflix.
It literally just came out right when they announced it. I'm like, oh shit! So I stopped watching the Super Bowl because by then the Infinity War TV spot was like done. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go watch the movie. That. Forget this forget this Super Bowl. I'll watch Cloverfield. And I was like, oh okay. They have like a cast of like good actors too, but like
they had a cast of good actors, and I'll say this: when I watched the movie, I was like, so that's why they didn't. That's why they released it softly on Netflix shortly after the Super Bowl. That's why. I get you. But yeah, Cloverfield 1's awesome. 10 Cloverfield Lane is also really damn good. I mean, again, it kind of departs from the whole the monsters destroying the world like type stuff. It more goes into what's even happening out there. So it's more of a psychological haunt. But I love the Cloverfield movies so much because they're just so mysterious and diverse in terms of like how their movies are done. Like even I remember like at one point like A Quiet Place was supposed to be a Cloverfield movie, but they decided to make its own thing. And that just goes to show it's interesting that they don't really necessarily, not that they don't have a plan, it's more like they take these science fiction horror ideas and they're like, can we fit that into Cloverfield? And then they do it. Like I think it's really cool.
Like giant monsters, aliens, and particle accelerators,
like
alternate universes. Like what the fuck?
I know they're doing another Cloverfield, which I'm really hoping it's going to be good.
Are they doing another Cloverfield? Let me
see. I could have sworn I heard J.J. Abrams has said Cloverfield 4 is happening. He just doesn't know when it's happening.
Yeah, I'll find out right now.
Cloverfield is like, I think it needs a lot more attention than it does get.
I don't see it.
Let's see, another underrated movie. This one just like literally just popped into my head like at this very moment.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of Hugh Jackman movies, Real Steel is extremely underrated.
I watched that the other day.
Yes.
Real Steel is straight up awesome, and I'm so pissed off that we haven't gotten like another Real Steel movie.
I don't know why. It's been like almost 10 years, and we haven't gotten a sequel.
I know. That movie is just ripe for a sequel. That world is just so cool. Like, granted, yeah, it's not like the most amazing thing ever, but there's just something about this idea of like the fucking like just robots fighting each other. Hugh Jackman's in it, and it's this cool sci-fi. It's just cool. It's just cool. You know what I mean?
What? Why?
8.
It's so.
I was like 8 when that came out, and it was just.
It
blew my mind. I was like,
You're right. I was 10. No, I was 11 actually. It came out in October.
I'll say this actually as well. Like, if we're gonna keep going on like that too, I'll also say this. I think District 9 is extremely underrated.
It is underrated. You know what?
Sharlto Copley is an amazing actor.
He's an amazing actor. He's very underrated, dude. Like, he fucking kills the roles every time.
He himself, yeah. I really want Sharlto Copley to be in more movies. Like, what was like the last big movie? Was it Elysium or something? Like, I can't remember like another movie I saw Sharlto Copley in. Like, but yeah, he was awesome in District 9. I absolutely loved like the look of District 9. You know what I mean? Like, it was sci-fi enough, but just modern enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was some good stuff.
Great movie.
So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to think of more movies when this is all done, but yeah, I will say those are my underrated movies. District 9, Cloverfield, Real Steel, and Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say, I don't know if you guys have watched this before, but it has Jet Li and Aaliyah, and it is called Romeo Must Die.
Never
I think I've heard of that one.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
It's actually a pretty good movie. I liked it. Not just because Aaliyah was in there. She was great with that part, and this was like her first acting career. Like, this is when she just started doing acting. And I'm not gonna lie, this movie was actually pretty good.
Oh, okay.
It was different. Yeah, it has DMX, Aaliyah, Jet Li.
Rest in peace,
R.I.P.
Oh, Aaliyah died. Oh, that's why I'm
Yeah,
So
Aaliyah
DMX,
died in a plane crash in 2001.
Oh, so a year after it came out. Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
she
sad.
died like right. Yeah, and she was on Queen of the Damned. She played as the main villain. She was on Queen of the Damned, and she was the Egyptian vampire, I think. And she was the main person. So she just started her acting career, but I think that's an underrated movie that's not talked about as much.
You know what? I'll give it a watch. She's on Netflix. Should be on Netflix.
It should be.
It was.
No, you can always get it on
It
Amazon.
was. Yeah,
Amazon
it
has
could
good
be
stuff
Amazon or HBO Max or I don't have Hulu. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Alrighty.
good movie.
I
I
would
definitely recommend that.
Okay.
Brandon, you had a movie in.
I did. Well, actually,
Yeah, what do you got?
Jada, you brought it up earlier, but it's actually another fucking trilogy.
Is it
Rush
starring
Hour?
Jackie
It was
Chan?
the Rush Hour movies.
Yeah.
Those movies are so good. I love the
It's so
chemistry
good.
between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. And I
So
think
good.
the original
Fun?
person was supposed to be who was it supposed to be? It wasn't supposed to be Chris Tucker, it was supposed to be someone else.
Chris Rock. I'm kidding.
No, I think you're right. It might have been Chris Rock. Here.
Fun fact: Did
I
you guys
actually
know
recently
Jackie Chan
watched.
English?
What was that?
Like right when they started, yeah, he didn't speak English at all. So like that actual scene where Chris Tucker's like, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" Actually,
Yeah, he's
wasn't
yelling
really
at
scripted apparently.
Yeah, they did a lot of improvisation.
Apparently that wasn't scripted, and it's because Jackie Chan didn't speak English at the time. And when they were at the rehearsal for the first time, like at the table doing the reading for the script, Jackie Chan was just so quiet, and Chris Rock was like, "How the fuck am I supposed to work with this guy?" And then like everything just worked out perfectly,
Yeah,
and like that's why I love that movie.
They hated each
I'll
other.
say this.
They fucking hated each
I'll
other.
say this. like Jack, I actually recently watched Rush Hour, like over the weekend. I watched it. It was surprisingly funny, especially the scene where Jackie Chan's in like the bar and then he says the word and
Yeah,
then he gets beat up.
Gosh.
dude. I'm
I
like,
think like
whoa.
I think, dude, I will say this: Jackie Chan movies. You watch like his older movies like that and like Shanghai Noon. Those movies are wild, dude. Like they say some stuff you could not get away with nowadays. Like, remember Chris Tucker in the movie? He goes, "I'm gonna jump your ass off at freaking the next kung fu, like the next freaking Panda Express I see." And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, calm down there, buddy. Oh my god, those are
It's wild.
great movies.
I will say it's actually kind of funny when you look at the bloopers. One of the bloopers is Chris Tucker's trying to say like "谢谢" in Chinese, which is like "thank you."
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that he can barely pronounce it. He keeps messing it up. So then at one point, Jackie Chan goes, "Oh, so my language isn't hard. I've been saying sentences, and you can't even say a word in my language."
Yeah. I fucking love it, dude. Oh my god, I watched those when I was a kid too. So like, my dad gave me a lot of movies to watch when I was a kid. I'm glad these movies.
Rush Hour
came out.
4 is still happening, right?
It's-
like, I
yeah.
could've sworn I heard it's still happening.
Yeah, they're still trying to work on it, and I'm like, dude, freaking do it, man. Like, I mean, they're old now, but you could still make it work.
I think they're just being very careful on how they put the storyline and just to give us a really good movie because they do know this is a really good, franchise. Like they know it'll be really good. So I think they're just being very careful with how they put it.
It also comes down to the fact that Jackie Chan himself actually he's disappeared from the spotlight because he doesn't like playing what he's been playing like forever, which is like a cop or like an Asian dude coming to America to fix shit. Like, let's face it, that's kind of what Jackie Chan has usually been playing in his career, at least in the American audience.
I mean, yeah, it's confirmed that Tucker still wants to do it and Jackie Chan still wants to do it. So, and that was as of April of 2019 though. So like 2 years ago.
Let's do it.
And they make like a freaking stupid ass TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They made a freaking TV show in like 2016.
Was it bad? I assume.
Yeah, it was only one season.
Yeah, makes sense. Like the Taken TV show.
Yeah. Oh my god, Taken, dude. Like,
Alrighty.
Yeah, but
so we got those movies out of the way. I think we got every. Oh, okay, let's face it. We're gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna realize there's so many more movies. We're probably gonna have a part 2.
But these are the ones that like I'll remember. Like I remember everything else. Like you just say it. I'm like, you know what? You're fucking right. Nobody talks about that.
Yeah, like I had a movie that came to mind, but I totally forgot about it because Julian brought up. I forgot what movies he brought up, but I got so distracted. I was like, "Damn, I lost it!" Like I literally lost it. I was like, "Damn you, Julian!" I got so sad.
Yeah, what the
so
hell,
I
Julian?
tried looking around my room. And
I'm sorry.
Find it. It's fine.
Alrighty. Well, looks like we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Is next week going to be bad movies?
Next week, actually, it can be, but unless you guys haven't seen Mortal Kombat, then yeah, it would be bad movies. But if
Let's
everyone,
do Mortal Kombat.
Winter Soldier.
And Falcon.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier as well. That's right. God, they came out the same
We
day.
should-
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Gates and I will figure it out. We'll see what we can do.
I mean, hell, we could probably
We could do doubles next week.
You can.
If I have the time.
You better.
Alrighty.
All right.
Well, any
that's-
last words you want to say to the audience?
Yeah. Like I said, you guys should watch all these movies. Like,
Watch all of them.
watch all
they're
of
good
them.
ones.
They're really good. If it's, I mean, I think
Especially Constantine.
Rush Hour. I know Rush
Ooh,
Hour
and
and Blade are like you have to probably rent them because they're not on any other.
You can rent all the Rush Hours on Amazon.
Yeah.
I think everybody should give us recommendations for movies that they think we should talk about.
Yeah.
I think,
yeah,
like,
if
we
there's any
should
movies
have
you feel
our-
are underrated or
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I feel like we should watch those movies and then definitely give them our feedback on it.
I mean, heck, I wouldn't mind like recording our reactions to the movie, but that'll probably be.
I mean, I ain't gonna be there for those reactions, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, that would probably be not. But yeah, definitely.
Maybe in July.
Maybe.
Alrighty.
Maybe.
Well,
yeah. All right.
See
Well,
you next time.
thank you
everyone.
guys for listening. I know a lot of people didn't listen to our Godzilla vs Kong podcast. Only 3 people did. So hopefully,
Damn.
yeah, only 3 people.
I'll
Dude.
definitely.
It's probably
I'll
'cause we got
promote
it
it
all
again.
Yeah. So we need we gotta step up our game and get more
Friends.
people. What?
Brandon, you know what you should do? Make the podcast account on Instagram into a creator account, and definitely just pay for your promotions because you'll get a bigger audience. That's what.
Do I want
That's
Money.
totally not what I did.
Jaden, you have more money than me. You pay for it.
I can fund you a little bit if you want.
I mean, sure. I mean, I looked at our earnings too. We got like 2 cents.
Yeah.
We got 2 cents, guys.
Oh,
So,
yes.
I mean, of course, all that is gonna go towards like equipment.
2 cents towards
Yeah,
equipment.
I
Yeah.
can definitely.
Oh, we're gonna get it.
I can definitely show you guys how to promote the Instagram, and we'll get a bigger audience. And I'll promote it again. I'll post this.
Yeah,
We'll
definitely.
talk about this
Instagram
more in
story.
private.
Alright, but yeah, guys, thank you guys for listening, and hopefully next week is either Falcon Winter Soldier, Mortal Kombat, or shit movies we've seen in our lives. But it'll be one of those 3.
Or 3.
Yeah, all 3.
Movie 46. Is it that? Well, that's what it's called. Movie 46, something like that.
Movie 43.
Ooh, that'd be a really good discussion to have.
Well, okay,
43.
next time.
Next time. Okay, guys. All right, we're gonna
Hey,
stop
you know,
talking.
See ya.
All right, see ya. Everyone say bye.
Bye.
All right, bye. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hopefully you can come back. Bye, Felicia.